I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart married my best friend.
Sounds like my life. Hello, Geoff Algebra.
Doctor.
You must be Charles. Bob Bozeman's told me all about you.
If you could just sit here, please, gentlemen. The host will be with you shortly.
Not you, Chester.
Sorry, Dr. Magnus.
Do you mind if I call you Charles?
Actually, I prefer Excuse me, what are you doing?
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
Oh, Christ, he's seriously, they must be desperate.
Who must?
You must be desperate.
Who's desperate?
My ovaries, if you believe my mother. Jeremy, this is Dr. Charles Magnus, and I believe you remember Geoff Algebra.
The drama teacher?
Sorry, I'm late. Nubbin removal.
With the annoying teenagers?
Actually, I'm a maths teacher.
Wonderful. In that case, you're overqualified for this dumb show.
Maths teacher. And, of course, soon-to-be biographer. Eh, Charlie?
5, 4,
Don't.
3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 13th of March, 1985, and this is a Channel 1 special event hosted by your national nightly news team.
In a laboratory nestled in the sleepy hills of Chintleberry, Dr. Charles Magnus and his optimistically named Happiness Collective
Is that Chintle with an I or a Y?
have been working on a secret project.
They claim their Euphoria device will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country. Tonight, live on Channel 1, we'll be putting that claim to the test.
We're delighted, it says here, to welcome the project lead, Dr. Charles Magnus, for some inexplicable reason, a maths teacher.
And biographer.
What are you talking about?
We'll have reporters the length and breadth of the country, and of course those all-important results.
So don't move that dial. Stick with Channel 1 all evening as we bring you
The Night
of Smiles.
Welcome back. In just a few minutes, the impressive machine behind me will be activated in the first ever mass experiment of its type. But before we begin the bliss, let's meet our guests, Dr. Charles Magnus and his official biographer, Geoff Algebra.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to be back, Megan.
A big day for you. You must be feeling overwhelmed, I imagine.
Christ, yes. Do you know, I had to jump in a taxi straight after the Year 10 Drama Club just to get here today, so all in all, I'd say it is pretty bloody thrilling.
I think she was talking to the doctor.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
Dr. Magnus, an exciting day.
Well, yes, it is, after all, the apex of my life's endeavour.
Oh, cracking stuff. Apex of my endeavour. Cracking.
Quite a daunting task you've undertaken.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought so too. But I was pacing around in that little holding area you have for guests through there.
The green room.
No, it's a sort of pinky purple.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was pacing around in there asking myself, what have I got in common with a great big brain box like Chaz here?
Please don't touch me.
But how does a numbskull like me connect with a chuffing genius like the Charlestar?
I really don't like either of those names.
But then we were talking before the show.
Were we?
And he told me a story from his life, and I realised that this genius and
What
I...
story is this?
We're the same.
I don't like talking about myself.
You see, when I was 16, there was only one girl that I wanted to invite to the school dance. Angela Angular, the joiner's girl. Now, everyone in the village loved Angela because she had the sweetest heart and back then a working spine, see? My best friend in them days was Gareth Major Minor, whose dad was an army trumpeter. Gareth and Angela had been dating for a few months and things were going very well for them. But I was lonely, see?
I'm not sure what this has to do with my life.
Ah, well, Gareth confided in me that he'd been having some trouble in the bedroom department. Performance anxiety, probably. We were all young, after all.
God, I have just been sick in my mouth,
Well,
actually.
I was an ambitious fellow, like the Chuckmeister here. So what I did was... I convinced Angela that the reason for Gareth's disappointing nocturnal activities... This is still brilliant. I convinced her that he was gay, see?
Wow.
I know, right? Pretty damn clever. Anyway, she bought it, and not only did she go to the dance with me, but she's been my wife this last 14 years, the first 6 of which were really excellent.
Wow.
You do know you're on television, don't you, Geoff?
Yes. Sorry, I am trying to keep it brief. My point is that exactly the same thing happened to Dr. Magnus here. We're like reflections of each other. So, to answer your original question, yeah?
Which was clearly meant for the Doctor.
Yes, it is daunting to try and capture the complexities of this brilliant man in 4 short hours of TV drama, less when you allow for the adverts. But you see, I've got a hook to start from, a place of truth, because we're so similar, Chip and I.
This is outrageous.
Outrageous fortune.
Don't even know this, man. We are in no way like... I thought we were here to talk about the machine.
No one cares about the science. It's all about the human story.
Well, perhaps you could just try and talk about what we're choosing to call the science for just a moment.
Sorry, Jeremy. Well, there is no time, I'm afraid. We're going to have to go live now to Advance's brand new headquarters for a special message of goodwill from the Prime Ministers. Let's go to that now.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Advance, Julie and I just wanted to wish all of you the very best of luck with tonight's groundbreaking experiment.
When this project landed on my desk, I just knew it deserved to be funded. After all, what could possibly be better than increased happiness?
Now, I'll admit, I was a little skeptical, but the lab results are promising, and I'm reliably informed it'll even work on Mrs. C.
So it's a big well done from us to Dr. Magnus and the entire team at the Happiness Collective.
So as my old man used to say, it's time to stop twatting about and get the gimlet frothing.
Wow. Good luck, everybody. Back to the studio.
Who you fucked over for your narcissistic enjoyment. You're a pathetic excuse for a human being.
Right you are. I think I might have got the wrong end of the stick there.
Looks that way, doesn't it?
So I'm not pushing the button?
No!
Definitely not.
We're live.
Yes, fantastic. That was the Prime Minister's there. And, of course, without the assets and wealth funding...
Yeah,
you
well,
receive-
I'd still be teaching
Yes.
quite... Not me again, right.
Right.
Yeah.
You're Chester.
Chester Mims, 24. My party tricks include close-up card magic, playing the banjo, and no gag reflex.
Oh, good list.
And you'll be pressing this big button for us and starting the experiment, is that correct?
Yes. One man shall push a button and the rest of mankind shall smile. That's Mims with 2 M's.
Right you are.
Well, I think we can get a counter on the screen now.
And 1 M at the beginning, obviously.
We're going in 10,
So 3 then.
9, 8,
7, 6,
5, come on,
4, 3, 2, 1.